Yeah.
Ready?
Yep. Yes. Oh, look. Normal.
Look normal.
Whatever that is.
Welcome to Stitch Along Friday.
Good morning.
We are here. Finally, we are here. And apparently we are now live. It says so right there.
Well,
you are now
thank
live.
Goodness. I'm so glad to be live.
Alive.
Alive, too.
Exactly. So let's hope that things work again.
Well, that's right. Exactly.
You know, we're always watching to see the dashboard, to see if anyone comes on board, because otherwise we've done something wrong.
That's
definitely.
Right. Oh, yay. Somebody's here.
Two viewers so right there.
We are live.
So glad you dropped in, and I hope to say hello to the first ones soon. So we have a big roster of stuff sitting here.
We have some things scattered around. I wouldn't exactly say a big roster of stuff, although you've got some stash hidden down beside your chair.
Yeah, got something over there, some over there.
Well, there's a few things scattered around.
Yeah, we like to share.
We do.
Hello, Loretta. Nice to see you.
Good morning, Loretta.
Looks like we've got a lot of viewers, but you know, as usual, things take their own sweet time. It takes a little while
to come on.
Hello, Bizarski. Hello, Linda. Sorry.
And Lynn. Happy Friday to you too, and Patricia.
Nice to see you too.
Yeah, and it is a good Friday for us because it's beautiful and sunny compared to all the other stuff we've had happening this week.
Actually, I got an email from Lorraine just this morning. I guess she must have sent it last night. And she said, I read or heard about, maybe she read on the news that we had such big floods here. And I'm not sure if that was also reached down into Washington and Oregon. But, you know, we had the heat dome and we had the cyclone, which nobody expects out here at all.
Yeah, and the storm of the century.
Storm of the century.
But they say that every time we have a big storm. So every year we have the storm of the century.
I don't know. I don't think we've ever had anything this much.
Nothing like this. I've lived on this island all my life, except for 4 months I lived up north. And I've never seen rain like that. And I lived in a rainy town. So,
That's right. That's right. Port Alberni's very rainy.
Very rainy.
Anyway, we had the deluge of the century. And the problem was that it was exacerbated by the fact that there was snow accumulated already in the mountains. And that melted in this big rainstorm that we had that lasted, I don't know, 3 days or something like that. And we had enormous amount of millimeters of rain. Yeah.
We had, I think, we exceeded all records for a month worth of rain in 48 hours.
So that's considerable. So there's a whole bunch of roads and bridges that have been washed out in the interior of BC.
Oh, yeah.
But I wanted you to all know, if you did notice that we had this flooding in BC, it wasn't so bad here in near Victoria. We're fine.
We're fine.
And many of our people are fine. There's only two little, or maybe three little areas. A couple of roads had some parts washed out.
Yes.
Between here and your place.
Yes. I can only take one route right now.
Exactly. And then we had the island highway, which goes from Victoria all the way up Vancouver Island. And there is a mountain in between us and up north, we call it, or up island. And that mountain, all the water came down that mountain so fast that it actually washed out the highway.
The highway, yeah.
And when you saw it, it looked like the highway became this huge river of water coming towards you. So it's been closed for a while now. They're doing intermittent one-lane driving back and forth. And we're like, people are panic buying, of course, which is ridiculous.
Yeah, but FOMO buying happening, hoarding, gas hoarding. It's
kind of like makes people feel afraid. And I think because of COVID last year, first thing they do is to get 4 shopping baskets full. Anyway, there is no real problem. It's just that our stuff is going to come in slower.
Yes.
The trains from back east, from the east coast of Canada, the, what do they call that? The Canada Rail?
Yeah, CNN.
That has closed. We can't get past certain bridges.
No, we can't. BC. I thought they had opened it up, though, because a train did arrive last night into Vancouver.
So there you go. So things may have improved, but I think that there was a couple of bridges out. I'm not sure whether that wasn't a train that got stuck halfway.
Oh, it could have been.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So it's quite, local. It's not too bad, like right around here.
Yeah.
But in the rest of BC, there's some huge devastation.
Absolutely.
And our hearts go out to those people who
Yeah.
completely lost their homes because the water just went above where they were. So that's all we have to say about the weather here.
That's right, exactly.
But wanted you to know in case you were worried about us.
Yes.
Marley is here, and Suzanne Healy. Oh, and Diane Murdersdorf. I don't think that we've said hello to Nancy Pruting.
No.
And then there's Becky Clegg.
Yeah. Norma, good morning.
So you got snow and hail. Oh, it definitely is on its way for sure. And then there's...
Sun is shining in Connecticut. Well, it's shining here too today. So.
Hello, Cynthia. Good to see you. And Carol Ann.
From Gibraltar.
Wow, that is far away from us. We're very honored that you came and joined us. And live, too.
Yeah.
Thank you. Tammy Thompson, home today, cleaning for Christmas. Oh. Yes. And Suzanne, thank you.
Hola, Marley. I get that voice. Hola.
Lisa does. Her voice goes up one register.
It does.
And, you know, it's nice for us to say one thing in Spanish.
In Spanish, and that's all I know. So, you
she
know.
knows that right now. Anyway, that's really funny. So, Jennifer Gowan said hello. I'm sorry, the
people are coming on, and this chat is scrolling faster than we can keep up.
That's right. So, sometimes I lose my place here. Jennifer Chung is here. And Amber Krisha from Kansas, Wanda. Hello, Wanda.
Hi, Wanda.
Good to see you. I hope your new job is good. Donna Granger, Gail Stetler. Aw, dear Gail Stetler.
Yeah.
Thank you. Anyway, so there will be a few more people coming on board as we carry on, of course. And the weather here is bright, sunny, and cold.
It's a little on the chilly side, but
a little on the chilly side.
At least we don't have snow like they do up island. No, on top of everything else.
That's right. We're very lucky. So everything here is good. If those of you who may have even heard of BC having the biggest rainfall on record. But on the other hand, there are plenty of people who are literally homeless and suffering. A whole town got completely wiped out. I think it's called Merritt.
Merritt, absolutely.
In the interior of BC. And of course, we have a huge river that goes down called the Fraser, comes down from the north and kind of goes through our province and ends up in Vancouver. So, of course, a lot of the delta around Vancouver is good farmland, and it has been flooded around Abbotsford and areas like that. So, you know, low-lying farms and things like that. Yeah. So people were really suffering here, and we're really feeling sorry for them, and very lucky here because we haven't got nearly as much here. No. I think we had about half their amount, and that was plenty.
Yeah. And we had plenty.
Donna, your brother and his kids and grandkids have come through the BC flooding with no damage.
Yay.
Thank goodness.
Yeah.
Yes, I forgot you have family up here. I don't know exactly where they are, but boy, has that ever been something.
Yeah.
I'm sure you were keeping up to date. Karen Leary says, everyone's still home. This is a good thing. I'm cleaning too, but happy it's Friday. Absolutely.
Yeah. It's 65 degrees. Lucky you.
Karen, you're so lucky. You have the best weather. That's actually my favorite temperature.
Yeah. Oh, 65?
Well, 68 maybe.
Yeah, even 70.
No.
Yeah. But anything past 70.
Too hot for me. Oh, that's funny. Mary Woodritz, hello. Elizabeth, enjoy your lunch. Amber, yes, oh no is right. Jean Morrison, good morning from sunny Atlanta. Thanks, Loretta. We are absolutely okay. The only thing is that we may have some interruption in Lisa being able to come here if she runs out of gas. We apparently, we used to get our gas in tankers from Nanaimo because the ferry comes from the mainland to a city in the middle of Vancouver Island called Nanaimo. So then the gas would all be trucked up and down the island. So our gas actually comes from up island, and that road is not doing so well.
Yeah, it's not necessarily closed, but it's down to one lane, and it's a highway. Well, a highway on the island isn't necessarily a highway like anybody else has seen.
It had 4 lanes in parts.
In some parts.
Anyway, so we're kind of hoping that, some tankers will get through and probably they'll come around another way.
Yeah.
Apparently, people are having to go down through the States and up again in order to get from Vancouver up into an area of BC where they actually live, because they can't get through some areas of the lower mainland, they call it, which is just a little north from Vancouver. So it's quite the something.
It's quite the something, all right.
Linda Marchand is here, and Pat Henke, good morning. You'll have to hear later about what our big flood here. We had the big flood of all time. Too bad we didn't make the ark. Eh?
Yes.
I mean,
true.
I was thinking to myself during the big, deluge, I was thinking, well, where's that ark when you need it?
And I drove out here, and it was quite the ride on Monday. I'm going, okay, well, this is interesting.
I think there was a place where you were going uphill and the river was going downhill.
Absolutely. I was driving uphill to get here. I have to go up a little bit of a hill. Yeah. And the water was coming down like a river. I'm going, just don't wash me away. Get me all the way up the hill, please.
And luckily you did.
I did.
Karen Leary moved to Virginia. It's great. I finally have thawed out from living in Minnesota. Oh. I have no idea about Canada. That's true, Karen. But on the other hand, your neck of the woods is really beautiful. So it is here. Mm-hmm. So it's hard to leave where you live, no matter what happens around you.
Definitely.
Now, I've seen people who have weathered a storm and then they rebuild. And I think to myself, well, why don't you rebuild somewhere a little, somewhere else? And then I think, but that's where you're used to living, right?
Yeah, that's where your family is. And
exactly. And what place is so-called safe? Yeah. There's all sorts of things that can happen here on the island that we have no control over.
Yeah, no.
We're right on the earthquake fault.
We are. And
along with Donna.
And one day that's going to hit. So
that's right.
You just have to kind of live with it and go, okay,
exactly.
Well, that's an experience.
Absolutely. Yep, that's right. So my mom was a great believer and organized her little town up island as in her older age when she was in her, I think, late 70s. She organized the entire town because they didn't have one, into an emergency preparedness group. So she had 100 people working with her, under her, etc. And she organized the feeding station and all that stuff. And I thought, oh, Mom, stop being so, dramatic.
She was always doing things like that.
But when you think about it, if something happens, then especially as you get older, you're more vulnerable feeling. So I think that was actually a really good idea of hers.
And that's probably come from her living through the war too, right? Mm. She had to be proactive.
That's right. That's right.
Think ahead.
Yeah, that's right. Suzanne says, I'm glad you're okay, Tia and Lisa. I've been thinking and praying for the people of British Columbia this week. Thank you very much. Karen says, as much as I don't miss Minnesota, I miss friends and the state fairs. Yeah. We all, want to live in a place that's fairly safe, but it does wear on you when you move, especially when you're a bit older. I keep saying when you're older because I'm older.
You are older.
Not old.
Can you imagine moving somewhere?
No. The only thing I can imagine moving to are, nicer.
A condo?
Yeah, a little higher.
A little higher.
That's funny.
Well, luckily your living quarters are higher.
It's true.
So if the basement floods, then the business is flooded.
That's right. It's only the business.
It's only the business.
And all the models on the walls and stuff. Who cares?
Well, they're a little high up, except for the ones over there. They might be...
Okay.
Yeah. That's enough of that.
I don't want to think about that. But I did want to ask you, what is the stitch of the week?
The stitch of the week this week is your fave.
Not.
Picos.
And honestly, it is so my unfave. I still haven't been able to, I do them and I fix them, but I do them and then I fight with them and then I make them look the way I want. Yeah. But seriously, picos are like beyond me. And some people can just do picos like pico. Not me.
Practice, but who wants to practice them? Anyways, it's 5:06.
And you can see the picos, right?
You can see the picos.
There they are. Oops, that's my thing. Okay, there they are. Around the middle dove's eye,
Yes.
You can see on each side of them, there are little picot knots. And they're very nice. I'm quite pleased with these.
You did do a good job on these ones. You must have really sat with them for a while.
And I do know how to do them. There's a whole bunch of ways to do them, but mine always want to go...
Flip the wrong way.
Flip the wrong way. They get too small, they get too big.
Yeah.
So you'll notice I have done maybe 2 things with picots.
I only found one, but you know.
There you go.
There could be another one. I just have no idea where it is.
So we found one, and let's show that one because I think it's one of the nicest samplers. And I think I must have been thinking to myself back then, because it's an older sampler.
It is.
That, oh, these are picots and they look so cute. I'll learn how to do those.
Yeah, that's right. And then you went, I'm not going to learn them. Tammy says I avoid picots. Donna loves them. So
okay, Donna, you're going to get all my picots.
All the picots. That's right. This is the Heirloom wedding sampler.
Sorry. In the way.
And it has a beautiful heart at the top. Am I leaning it too far?
A little bit, but you can't really help it because the desk is in the way. But in any case, the picots are way down here.
Yes.
So you won't need to see all the top part. And where are the picots?
Oh, go back up.
Oh.
They're in the very top part.
There they are. The little top part, right in the center of your picture now. You can see I put some in there. My goodness. And actually, they're not too bad.
They're not too bad. I think, you know, we're very critical of our own work. But yes. I agree. They're finicky.
I don't know why. I just don't like them.
Yeah, they're finicky. They're just, when you have to fight with something, it no longer becomes enjoyable.
But I know they're possible. I know how wonderful they are. Maybe I'll get on the Zoom with Donna and she can show me how she does them fast.
Yes, because Donna would do them very quickly and nicely.
Thank you, Donna, for reassuring me it's possible. Thanks, Loretta. Yeah, that's the Heirloom Wedding Sampler, those of you who don't know what that one is. And, of course, it's all tone on tone, although you can change that.
You can change it. I wonder if it's on the Wedding Treasures. Never even thought of that.
I don't think it is. No, because I would have avoided it. So. Don't think so. So what did you do this last week?
Oh, my. Let's see.
What's your primary focus this last week?
This last week was, we had a lot of orders last weekend, so I packaged up orders. I also packaged up the 2 models from the auction.
That's right.
Yeah.
We had 2 auctions.
That's one. That's right. One is already ready to go in the mail. The other one I just have to finish up today.
Yes, and I think what happened also was the lady who won the first one lived in Italy, so there was some problems in getting it down there. Not that we couldn't ship it, but
the expense of it.
The shipping, especially through Federal Express, which we thought would be the best, was expensive. So now we found out that we can do them more easily and still very securely through Canada Post.
Canada Post.
So they won't be quite as expensive to send next time.
Yeah.
And of course, if you're in Italy, you're going to have a larger postage bill. But
absolutely.
I think anywhere else in the world, other than Italy, and maybe Australia would be a little expensive, and New Zealand. I'm not sure, but anyway, so we ended up taking it off the frame, and they've got the piece, and they're going to frame it down there. So turned out really well.
Exactly.
But on the other hand, it took us a little while to get that all negotiated.
Yeah, it did.
We tried to speak Italian, but apparently we weren't that good at
it. They don't understand Ola.
No, they don't.
They don't.
Thanks, Linda Marchand. I feel better. Donna Granger, when I did the ring bearer pillow,
she added.
No. That is hilarious. Oh, well done, Donna. Congratulations.
I thought I saw him somewhere.
Anyway, well done. I'm thrilled that you did that because obviously it's going to make it look way, way better to have all those little lacy peacocks. And what else did you do this weekend or week? I think you did one more thing the other. Oh, yes. She's sorting through a stash of bell pull hardware that we had for our upcoming models.
That's right.
Well, it turned out we didn't use them for all the upcoming models. And now we're getting fewer upcoming models.
That's right.
So we have a stash of little bell pulls and quite a few bigger ones.
Yeah.
And quite a few long, but they're the beautiful ones rather than the clunky ones that you can get
Yes.
You know,
Yes.
and Belpole hardware is now not so easy to find. So we're really thrilled because we're sorting them out, and we're going to hopefully put them up on our website for you all to look at.
Next week sometime.
Hopefully next week, and if not the week after, just to be sure, because I don't want to promise until we get them.
Yeah.
So that's the one news. And what else did we find?
Let's see, what else did I do? We're going to be getting rid of some of the furniture in the office. So I moved some things around so that can be taken out. And let's see.
I also found a unused Z frame.
Yes.
Which is the one-armed one that you and I both like to. So that's going to, actually it's already on the website. So look under SAL on our website. The word SAL is at the top in a menu across the top if you're on a PC. And in there you'll find the Z frame and a floor frame, which is like used twice, if that. Hardly used, and they're now disassembled, so they are ready to be shipped out.
Yeah.
And some extra roller bars.
Some roller bars, and I actually brought the ones in I had at home that have never been used. They're still in their package, and
yeah, exactly. So we've got some interesting things coming up as we declutter. You know, we find these things and we think, well, we were keeping that for our future designs, and now our future designs, even if they're we are going to make future designs at some point, but they don't need to be finished the same way. And so we're kind of downsizing some of those supplies also. So we're kind of excited to put those on our website and see if that helps you guys, because if Belpole hardware is hard to find, then, you know, then you'll really enjoy that.
We won't have many of each, but...
No, we won't have many of each because we weren't planning on selling them all.
No.
You know, that was the thing. So, Dorothy Wendell, you're here, though. You finally got in, Beverly. I'm sorry. It sounds like you guys had a hard time getting in. Is that possible? I have noticed that there's a lot of issues on the web these days. People, like, I couldn't get into my computer this morning. Seriously, there's like Windows has a place where you put your password, and then my password that I've always used for the last year said, no, you can't get in. Sorry, would you like to retrieve your password? So I clicked on that, and it said, well, if you didn't put something on a like some kind of fail-safe thing on a thumb drive, and you haven't put that in, then you can't find your password. I'm thinking, oh my goodness, now what do I do? Anyway. I had a brainwave and it worked, so thank goodness for that.
Thank goodness, yes.
Yeah. Anyway, so welcome you guys. I'm glad you're here. So those things, don't forget, look under SAL, and you'll find the
Z frame?
Z frame
and the floor frame.
Floor frame and the scroll rods.
Exactly.
All those wooden things.
Yeah, I don't think the scroll rods are active yet, so I'll do that just shortly.
I think they are.
Are they?
Yeah, I put in the ones we have here.
Oh, did you? Okay.
So I didn't put in yours.
I'll have to.
But you'll have to adjust those.
I'll have to revamp.
I thought it was nice to get it all set before you guys came on board. Dorothy says, I had no problem getting in. I'm just plain late. Oh.
Better late than never,
exactly.
Dorothy.
And thank you for being honest. Yeah. Is anyone else having trouble with the show? Keeps getting interrupted. The video signal keeps going in and out. Also, the audio is not matched up with the video. Your lips don't match up.
Oh.
Cynthia, I'm sorry that our lips don't match up.
Oh.
I understand what you're saying. Yeah, you could try refreshing. Nancy says, very choppy feed today. You know, it could have something to do with us.
Yeah.
Again, I'm asking anyone else to tell us, are they having trouble with our feed today? Because we don't know, of course.
Yeah.
But if anyone has got good feed, then we know it's not on our end.
Yes.
It's working okay for me. No problem with streaming. So, as I said, the internet apparently has had some hiccups over this last week. Not sure why, but it has had some hiccups. So if you're experiencing interruptions, we will put up a much better, really clear version of this stream.
Yeah.
We'll put that up on YouTube a little later so that you don't miss anything. You can watch the replay there. Because if you watch the replay in Facebook, it'll have all the interruptions.
Yeah.
Okay, good here in England. Thank you. She doesn't choppy feed for Dorothy. Took a few refreshes. Oh, Judy, thank you for saying that. That means that refreshing was a great idea. Working
when
for
in
me.
doubt, refresh.
I went out and came back. Your words are matched up with your lips now.
Thank goodness. I hate that. It's like watching one of those foreign movies where the mouth, and it's like, that doesn't quite work.
Looking fine. Thank you all. You guys are great. When I really like it when we ask you whether or not it works for you, and then you come back right away with your answers. Thank you, thank you. It's so sweet, and everybody else feels better too. Also, Elizabeth said she went out and came back in. So refreshing is the key, or like you say, went out, came in. You know, I've not been on the other side of a stream from Facebook. No. So how you get there and how you go out and come in, I have no idea how you do that.
Yeah.
But maybe I'll ask you because you've been doing it.
I've done it a couple of times. It can be tricky, you know.
Is that right?
Well, for me, who's technically challenged, you know, for you it wouldn't be a problem at all.
Really? Are you sure?
I'm sure.
Because I get very frustrated lately.
No, you'd have it working with, you know, no problem at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Refresh worked for me now. Oh, good. Okay. So, Pat, refresh. Anyone who is having a problem, try refreshing.
Yes.
It could be that, you know, your feed wasn't correct to begin with. Okay, what else do we have to talk about?
Let's see. Well, we have some gingerbread stuff too.
Oh, yeah, because we had
show.
gingerbread stuff last week. So we thought we'd show 2 more gingerbread thingies.
Exactly.
The first one is
the Gingerbread Bakery. And I really liked figuring out how to finish this one. I haven't stitched it yet, but there's the bakery. And then you turn it around.
And you can see it by the side. Everything makes sense if you look in the windows.
Exactly.
You'll see exactly that there are people helping and there are people who are customers. Look, there's the customers right here peering over the counter at the lady who's helping. And then you can see on this side, these are the bakery people. These are their backs and they're baking. And of course, there's the back door. I think that's the back door.
Yeah.
And then when you look at the other side, this wing is the bakery and there they are in the front. So I tried to make things so that they would make sense to someone. And this is, this is your front door where the customers come in. And then on the side of the front door, if you just go
back,
continue going the same way. Yeah, so on the side of the front door, there is the counter and you can just see the counters and the lady who's helping, that lady who's just walking in the front door. Anyway, it makes sense in my head.
It does. But the fun part was figuring out how to join this section onto the other section.
Yeah, exactly. The fun part, it wasn't so much fun at first, believe me, because I also had to design that before you could do what you were doing. So what we did, what I did was take a piece of paper and cut all the pieces out of a piece of paper. And when it wasn't right, I would cut it again and I would cut it again until it fit, till it all sort of fit together. And then we did it on the on our computer computer program that is a cross stitch program. So I was just hoping, and then when Lisa put it together, I thought, well, it worked. But honestly,
worked. Yeah. But cutting the mat board for the angles here was a little bit of tricky. And I think I had to do the same thing. Was cut the mat board, kind of make sure it fit at the right angle, and then I had to trim a little bit more off.
Yeah, it's not easy peasy, that's for sure, but it is a nice challenge and kind of fun if you're not in a hurry.
Absolutely. This really took a little bit of time, but it's so nice when it's done. And I love the chocolate roof.
Exactly. Thank you very much for Love the Bakery. Love the Bakery, Gingerbread Bakery. Bakery is making her hungry. Isn't that the truth?
Me too. I plan to go to the bakery tomorrow, actually. So
you're going to the Dutch bakery.
I am. It's my sister's birthday.
Oh, well, congratulate her for me, if you don't mind.
I will.
So that was one. And then we did another huge project. And this actually, Lisa spent quite a bit more time because you can actually open this one and look inside.
That's right.
Which we hadn't done for quite a while. Thanks, Amber.
And this is the Gingerbread Needlework Shop.
That's the front, right?
That's the front.
Yeah, their deliveries are all sitting in the front too. You can see that.
Exactly, and I'll turn it around that way. There you can see some people waiting to get some stitching stuff.
That's right. And this is a class that's going on. And there's somebody, because it's a Christmas, gingerbready Christmas thing, the teacher is wearing, you know, the red hat, the Santa hat and clothes. And there is the lady at the cash register waiting for people to buy their things.
That's right. Exactly. But what's really great is, hang on. Yeah.
And then there's the inside, which is so beautiful. Thanks, Suzanne. Yeah. Thanks, Mary.
So, needlework shop, and then it starts with an alphabet that goes all the way around. Has a really nice scissor charm.
Yeah, actually, that border around the outside turned out so pretty.
It did.
You know, sometimes it really surprises me sometimes when things work out really well. But in this case, as you can tell, the box itself had to have a big area around the top.
Yeah.
Because that's where the lid went down.
Exactly. There we go. Oh, hang on.
That's okay.
There we go. Now it fits.
So otherwise, I wouldn't have made such a big empty spot on the sides. But that is the needlework shop. Gingerbread needlework shop. And if you want to find anything gingerbread, just look under collections, I think. Yeah. Yes. Collections, and then, of course, the gingerbread collection. Yeah. I think it's a special one. Thanks, Jennifer Davis. Yeah. You know, sourcing all the buttons, it's so interesting because we have buttons we liked. Yeah. Or I liked. But if you don't find the buttons I used or could find some other ones. Yeah. That's all.
You can use any other buttons that you can find out there. A lot of these buttons have now, because it was several years ago that you designed them, are now discontinued. So you can't get those buttons anyways.
No, we couldn't get them either. You know, that's one of the reasons why we decided to discontinue ACPACs, because the materials were being discontinued at such a rate. Yeah. Even the threads from Access Commodities or Veriswa, which is what they carry. Threads, needlepoint ink was pretty good. Yeah. But even Krynic was a
little difficult.
And they change colors sometimes.
And anyway, the overdyed silks from Gloriana.
Oh boy, those are really hard to get for us. And probably for shops as well.
Absolutely.
So we found that what we want to do now is to encourage people to learn how to substitute themselves. That's the big deal. Because if you don't know how to substitute one thing for another thing, then you're stuck with the materials that are given to you in the leaflet. And if you can't get them, what are you going to do? Oh, I guess I won't stitch that then. But what if you want to?
Absolutely. There's always something else you can use in place of something.
That's right. And particularly these, because guess what? They're gingerbread houses. Yes. And no two gingerbread houses I've ever seen anyone make in real life has the same stuff on them. You know, they have gummy bears, they have little lozenges, they have those peppermint things. But then sometimes those peppermint things, you can't find them at the candy store, so you get something else, little candy canes or whatever. Yeah. So keep that in mind when you're thinking about, especially about the gingerbread whole series. That includes the Halloween one. Because there are buttons in Michael's or even online. Yes. Whether, you know, there really are. There are lots of things.
There's lots of places. Etsy, eBay, Amazon.
Look for stuff. Yeah. And then I know that one of the more difficult things to find is the size, right? So what you do is you stitch the parts you can. Yes. And then you look at the pictures, which you can see right here. This little star here is probably, would you say, about 6 or 8 millimeters? Because they go by millimeters in the bead world.
I'm almost thinking that's like 12.
10 or 12?
Yeah.
So in any case, what you do is you go to Michael's and you look and see what size is that button, approximately. Yeah. Like this star doesn't have to be that size. It could be smaller or it could be larger. Yeah. And the same goes with the packages down below here. What if you can't get packages? Well, maybe you can get some other things like, okay, so for it's Christmas, maybe you can find some non-Christmas gifts, but gifts just the same.
Yeah.
Or you can find some little Christmas trees that you can buy 6 of to go all in a row. I mean, there's so much choice, and it's so fun to decorate your own gingerbread piece. So there, that's my lecture.
Yeah. We have a great shop for beautiful needlework. Ribbon Rose. I know Ribbon Rose.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's lovely. And of course, there are all sorts of wonderful shops. I have no doubt whatsoever that those of you who are putting shop names on our chat group, I understand why you're doing it, because you want people to know that they have some ACT packs maybe left over. But all sorts of needlework shops will have all sorts of little things as well. So you can certainly inquire from them whether they have an ACT pack or whether they have the buttons.
Definitely.
Charlotte says the right thing. Hello all. Much of the fun is coming up with your own decorative bits and pieces. Subbing in threads from your stash and looking out for fun beads and buttons can be turned into a game instead of torture.
Yeah.
Lots of it is founded in your perspective.
Absolutely.
Well
Definitely,
said.
Charlotte.
Exactly. What we were hoping for. Finding my own is half the fun, said Dorothy Wendell. Jennifer Davis, Etsy is a great place to find it. You're absolutely right. Find things. Hello, June. Good to see you.
Oh,
Lunch is over.
Too bad, Elizabeth.
It's good to see you here anyway, Liz. See you soon. I love the gingerbread series. I have many of the patterns in my stash. Karen, thank you. I just love all those. I think it would be tricky to source all the buttons, and I may try anyway. And Jennifer, even if you don't get the right ones, I think you got the message.
Change them.
Change them out.
Yeah.
Change the different threads. And if you can't find that red in needlepointing, get another red.
Yeah.
And there is absolutely nothing wrong, especially with gingerbread things.
Definitely. Wasn't there a lady that stitched, was it the Stitching House? And it was in the Inspirations magazine.
Yes, that's right.
And she had all sorts of different
stuff
buttons.
on it. Yeah.
Yeah, it looked completely different. But yeah, so fabulous.
Exactly. Thank you so much, Suzanne Healy. And Mary, wonderful of you. Diane Bolas says, I really need to finish my gingerbread village. 2022 goals. Good for you. Oh, and by the way, Wanda said that it's her sister's birthday tomorrow, too. You have that in common.
Yeah.
Okay, so here we go.
I was going to say, meet you at the Dutch Bakery one.
That's right. Oh, this is a really good idea. And Milady, thank you for coming, even if it's a little late. That's no problem. Sue says she's added old pieces of jewelry.
Oh, very nice. I think that's a great idea.
Really great idea. And you can go to not auctions, but
antique stores.
Sorry, to get those.
Definitely.
Margaret Bigg says, hello, everyone. Late as always, but better late than never.
Definitely.
Absolutely. Cheryl says, I find myself looking at costume jewelry for charms and embellishments for stitching.
Yeah.
That's what Sue said, too. Costume jewelry is perfect.
Yes.
Sometimes you get a little link that you can undo the link and you can actually sew it down with the links on either side. You know, those little curved things. I found myself using types of costume jewelry for other reasons, but I got a needle nose pliers and a couple of little tools that people use for jewelry making, not to make jewelry, but to undo things.
Yeah.
So yes. They're kind of fun to get as well. Anyway, so we're very excited that you guys are getting the drift. Change things.
Yeah.
And have fun doing it. So, what else did we decide on?
We decided on...
Oh, yes.
Those ones.
We have on the sale page, you have to look at the sale page today. Nothing's on sale, but it's the easiest way that I could display these things. We have... On the sale page, we have the ACT packs for these two guys still left over. There's no other ACT packs except I think there's a black ACT pack for
Stitching Witches.
And we may just undo that one.
We may just undo that one.
Because there's only one.
Yeah, and we don't have the main pack. It's only the black.
So if somebody wants it, grab it now. Otherwise, I think we'll undo it and we'll use it elsewhere. So that's not a problem. Ready? Anyway, we have the two ACT packs for the two little cottages. One is the Victorian cottage and one is the thatched cottage. And so we'll just go a little closer so that you can see them close together. Both of these are adorable.
They are. Absolutely. I think you should do a Christmas one too. But you know,
wouldn't that be nice?
Wouldn't that be nice? It would have to be on different fabric though.
Why? What's wrong with the blue?
Well, it's kind of turquoisey, and I was
thinking,
you know, it doesn't really go with a Christmas theme. Maybe like a smoky pearl, so it's kind of a grayish.
It's a good idea.
But, you know, anyways.
We have the act packs for those. Those are our last act packs that we know of.
Yes, that we know.
I have to say, I can't believe that we found those heirloom Christmas ones.
I can't believe it either. It's like, okay. That's what happens when you start, you know, pulling out drawers and things like that.
Exactly.
Wait till I get to the back room closet. I have a feeling there may be some things in there.
We're looking forward to that, actually. It's kind of like Pandora's box. We don't know what's coming out of it.
I'm not too sure. Where I've stuffed actually, and anything I didn't want to think about right now, I stuffed in the closet. So the closet is coming soon.
And we're going to sell off parts of the closet. Tammy says, I bought Halloween buttons last year at Joann's on sale to use on the trick-or-treat sampler next year. There you go. Like that. Find things and enjoy them. Actually, looking for stuff can be such fun.
Absolutely.
And, you know, you can decide for yourself already where it's going to go. Or you can just buy a couple of little things and say, oh, I remember this. I can use this on that. And that's the creative stuff that you can enjoy yourselves, whether or not it was told by, you know, some designer somewhere to tell you to do it.
So I've been extremely creative for many years because I have a huge, little small sewing room with lots of stuff in it.
That makes you creative. You can't help it.
I can't help it.
No. So, are we going to be selling any of these, do you think? I'm not sure whether we're going to keep those or not. You don't know, do you?
I don't think we have that particular size in that
maybe just a little
style.
bigger.
We have one slightly bigger, which would be okay. You just have to extend the background fabric a little bit to fit.
We're talking about bell pull hardware. So this is the bell pull hardware that's on the Thanksgiving sampler. And we found some of those extra. We're not sure whether we can actually let go of them yet or not, but you'll find that we may have some bell pull hardware for sale, which will be like one of a kind, you know, every time. There's a whole bunch of different kinds, and we may just put them into our website so that you, and those of you who are looking for a bell pull, in 1 or 2 weeks, we should be able to announce that they're up. Yay! Yes. So that's the bell pull hardware. And of course, it's almost Thanksgiving in the States, so this, you know, is not so bad to look at one more time. Our Thanksgiving sampler, inspired by Sue Donnelly. Whoops, there we go. And her suggestions. So thank you, Sue, as always. And we have that one. And then this is the exact same size.
Yes.
And it was inspired by teaching for Sue Donnelly. Although I
think you taught it.
Yeah, I did.
You taught it, yeah.
It was inspired by teaching there. But I taught in Mystic for Sue. So that was really fun because I love that town. And it is quite the nautical town. So I used this wonderful carol, which goes, there comes a ship a-sailing in. And I think it's I can't remember the name of the carol, but it is a specific carol that people recognize quite well. There comes a ship a-sailing in, St. Michael was the steersman. So that's an antique kind of...
Victorian.
Yeah, I think it might be a Victorian verse. But it is perfect for that mystic sampler. Mystic Christmas?
Mystic Christmas.
Mystic Christmas. Thank you, Margaret Biggs. You're absolutely right. It is really nice to change things. Charlotte says again, something else to think about is that depending on specific design and the materials they're made from, you can cut off or remove the shanks from the buttons on shanks to use them like charms. You just need to then sew them on with invisible or clear thread. Yeah. There's more to that comment, but that's so true too. I haven't found anything that I couldn't put on my sampler. If it's just a jewel, there are specific stitches that you can use and to attach. It's called putting on cabochons, I think is the technical term for it, embroidery. And what you do is you basically use a kind of a it's kind of like netting that fits together. Once you pull it, it actually encases the jewel. It's really a cool stitch. So look up in attaching cabochon jewelry to fabric, and then you'll get the thing, the drift. People who live in India have dresses and things, and they attach jewels like that to their saris and things like that. So it's an interesting thing to learn how to do. Oh, gee, that was exciting.
Exactly.
Thinking about all the things.
Scroll up in the chat group a little bit. I think there was something else there.
Scroll up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. No, maybe...
Nope.
Okay, scroll down. I thought I saw something flip by, but maybe I didn't.
No, I don't think so. Anyway, we also have, today, we have these 2 boxes that I wanted to show. And the reason that I have them is because it's still autumn.
Yes.
Kind of, sort of. And until it is the end of November, we don't have autumn past November, right? December, to me anyway, that's winter.
Well, autumn officially, or first day of winter is December 21st.
I know, but it feels like all of December is winter. That's probably wrong, but anyway.
Well, it gets really cold sometimes, and we can't have snow.
That's true, we can. But I wasn't thinking about that so much as in terms of our needlework projects to be kind of so that you're stitching the season.
Very true.
Yeah, I start thinking about
absolutely
winter around December.
Yeah.
But we have these 2 boxes, and both of them are very oriented to autumn. So I'm going to show you the autumn box, which is this one, which maybe some of you have already seen a few times. Notice how the leaves on the bottom and the top, and even on the edges here, are done in silk ribbon. And the rest is pretty much stitching, but the silk ribbon, all it is one type of stitch, up and down. Up and down. The only difficulty with all that silk ribbon is because it's so dense, you have to be careful when you come up, you don't come up through silk ribbon.
Absolutely. Because then you'll ruin the previous stitch.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So this one is just beautiful. Lisa, you've done such a beautiful job. Look at inside, there's a numbers. We have these numbers because of our stock. But you can just see that there is a scissor fob there. And then inside here is also a very cute separatable pincushion that you can put beside you during the autumn. I love this set so much. And then this one is harder to open, so I'm going to let you do that.
You go. Let me do it? Okay. You're going to show it first, or do you want me to pop the lid?
I don't know. Show it first, I think, because otherwise they won't even get it.
So this is...
Sturbridge box.
Sturbridge box.
Yeah, so they can see the front a little more clearly. And that could be made into a picture frame.
Yeah.
Whatever you want to make.
Like one of the blocks. It could be turned into a flat fold.
Yeah, I guess it could also be put around a brick.
Yes.
As a doorstop.
It might be a little too short for a brick, but...
Anyway, it's the same kind of deal as we had before, only this time...
Exactly. Once you pop the lid.
There you go.
Then.
We have one of those. I think we've seen these before in various different ways, but I love the materials that are used for this.
So here's a little elastic band to put your scissors in. This is also an elastic pocket. Sorry, flip it that way. And then you have some felt over here for needles.
Really rich red.
It is.
Wool felt.
Yeah, wool felt. And then your scissor case.
Yeah.
And then the scissor fob.
That box is called Sturbridge box, I believe, right? This one. And it has a beautiful edge as well. Also the same kind of idea as on the needlework shop.
Yeah. There you want to plunk that lid on there?
Sure, I'll plunk it. I hope I did that right.
Yes. Now, there we go.
Great, thank you. I'm just looking to see what Charlotte said. Seashell embroidery. That's what it's called. Bits of mirror to embroidered pieces. Thank you.
Yes.
I've also seen it done for cabochon jewels, so that's probably where it sat in my head. And Margaret says it's so nice to change things and make it your own. Absolutely. Yeah. Someone else said something up here.
I thought the same thing, but we scrolled up and...
I guess it's not there anymore. Yeah. Maybe somebody just removed it.
Oh, maybe.
That could be. It wouldn't put it past me not to even recognize that there was something there that isn't there anymore. Anyway, so now we've got to come to the end of our little chit-chat.
I think so. I think so. It's probably time for me to get on with other things I need to do today.
Yes, and she looked put upon, the poor thing.
I know.
She has to.
Oh, worries me. I'm hard done by.
Thank you all for joining us for so long. This has been an actual delight. Usually we have fun, but today we had really a lot of fun.
It was very nice.
Thank you. I know you're dying to see the next little piece. And by the way, I have been looking at your stitch-alongs.
Yes.
There are some awesome pieces that are really coming alive. Some people have actually done almost the same colors as I suggested.
Yeah. And they look really nice.
Which is fun to see. I absolutely love seeing those because that's sort of what I visualized. But I also know that other people use different colors. You're welcome, Dorothy. Glad you got here. Loretta. Beverly Fleming, how do I get the tree pattern that goes with the gingerbread houses? Is it the small tree pattern? Because there's a tall tree that's called gingerbread tree étui. And then there's the small pattern of little Christmas trees that you can make. They're shorter. And I believe those are called gingerbread tree? No.
Gingerbread village trees? I can't remember now.
Ah, darn it. Look under the, in the website, look under...
Gingerbread.
Yeah, look under Gingerbread Collections.
Yeah, I think that they're part of that collection.
Yes, and we do have things in collections. In the top menu, you'll see the word collections, I believe, and you'll find that there's a gingerbread collection. I believe they're in there. And I think it's just called the Village Tree.
I think so. Village Christmas Tree.
Yeah, that's probably what it's called. So try that and search for it that way, if that's the one you're looking for. And if there's any other questions, Beverly, or anyone, make sure that you just take a few minutes and you can either write us from the website itself. They have a place where you can send us messages, or info@victoriasampler.com. Okay, Stitch Along is here. Part 3, yes, coming along very nicely. Notice how there are specialty stitches at the top and a few acorns with acorn leaves, because that's the way it is at the end of November. And you can also see there's a birdhouse because, you know, they still need food and places to stay. So this is the way this one looks, and you should be able to see next week we'll be finishing the bottom with part 4. Okay? Thank you, Tammy. Glad you like it, and I like it too. It's very November-y.
It is.
So today we're getting rid of a whole bunch of furniture out of here. So we're very excited. They're coming sometime in about an hour. They're coming to drag our furniture out of our office. Unused furniture. Furniture we no longer need.
Exactly. I'm not moving out of the office yet.
She's staying.
I told you I was.
I know. And now I know.
Yeah,
for sure.
You're never getting rid of me. So
Well, not that I want to.
yeah.
That's for sure. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend.
Yeah.
I hope you do too.
I hope you do too.
Thank you. And just like the, who was it? Mr. Rogers said at the end of the day, you know, he sang and wished everyone a wonderful day.
I'm not singing. Sorry.
I just saw that movie. It was so sweet.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, it's on Netflix.
It is actually. I spotted that with Tom Hanks. He actually makes it perfect.
Oh, he's perfect.
Yeah, Mr.
Anyway,
Rogers.
have a look at it because it just puts you in such a good mood. I smiled the whole way through. Love you all, and I'll see you next week on
Till
Friday.
next week.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.